During Fashion Week, all eyes are on the clothes that hit the catwalk, but getting them to the runway may be more work than you think.
Joining us with all the backstage action that it takes to put on an elaborate fashion show is the woman who's worked with the likes of Vogue, Prada, and Louis Vuitton. Plus, she's the founder of the Ground Crew, Audrey Smaltz, the legendary Audrey Smaltz. Welcome to the show.
Wow, legendary.
Yeah,
Got that.
Everybody knows you.
That's right. And you had the Ground Crew for, what, 38 years now?
36 years. I started on November 11/7/77 or 7/11/77 on the 7th day and 11th month in the 77th year.
Wow.
So I'm going into 37 years.
Okay, so first tell us why you picked the name The Ground Crew, and then tell us what exactly your company does.
Oh, wow. That's wonderful that you asked that question, because the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, when he received the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964, he talked about you can't get those big planes off the runway without the invisible ground crew. You have the pilot, the co-pilot, etc. But what about the ground crew? And you can't be without a ground crew to get the plane off the runway, and so you can't be without the ground crew to get that fashion show on that runway.
I like that.
But I got it from the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King's Nobel Peace Prize.
Now, I know this week is just crazy for you. What shows have you been working on?
Oh, I don't like to use the word crazy.
Okay.
Busy.
Hectic, frenetic?
Hectic is fine, but not crazy.
Okay.
So we've done Jason Wu, and I understand that got some bad reviews. I don't know. Anyway, we've done Kate Spade, and we're going to do tonight, we're going to do Donna Karen's 30th anniversary. We did DKNY last night, and then we're going to have Michael Kors, Vera Wang. We do a lot of shows for a lot of wonderful people. Here, Europeans as well as American designers. And my one African-American designer that I work for, B. Michael. That's going to be very exciting.
That's going to be
and
a big
that's
show.
February the 12th.
Yes, we love B. Michaels.
What initially drew you to fashion?
What did you say?
What initially drew you to fashion, the fashion industry, the fashion world?
What do I do?
What initially drew you? What attracted you to the world of fashion initially?
Oh, I didn't understand your question.
It's okay.
Now I understand you. Well, I was always 6 feet tall, believe it or not, 72 inches long. And I was much thinner, of course. I was 15 or 16 years old, going to high school, and everybody said, oh, Audrey, you should be a model. You should be a model. And so I went to charm school, and when I went to charm school, Ophelia DeVore School of Charm, there was an agency called the Grace Del Marco Model Agency, and then I became a model with the Grace Del Marco Model Agency, and we learned how to walk. And I had to, Bea Richards taught me how to walk, the woman who was a fabulous actress, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. And I won many beauty contests, et cetera, because I was tall. And I just modeled, and as I got older, I even modeled for Lane Bryant, tall division. So I did modeling for 14, I was a 14 tall.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've been doing it a long time. In fact, I started my modeling career over 60 years ago. Can you imagine?
6-0?
Wow.
6-0.
No.
Yes.
You have great
Audrey,
genes.
really?
Yeah.
Great genes.
My goodness.
So we just finished this discussion with Beth Ann about models and diversity on the runway. Did you encounter any discrimination when you were modeling, and how do you think
Well, see,
it's
when I
changed
was
since
modeling,
now?
we only modeled in the black neighborhood.
Oh.
So we had Ebony Magazine, we had Our World, we had Sepia. So those were the 3 magazines. We were not in Vogue. We didn't get into Vogue until Beverly Johnson came along, and that was the 80s. Oh, maybe that was the late 70s.
In the 70s, yeah.
It was the late 70s. But the very first girl in Bazaar was Danielle Luna. So when I came along in the 50s and the 60s, and we did a lot of protesting. Yes, we did, because they didn't have any blacks anywhere. So we did fashion shows for communities, for colleges, for churches. So I was in the black world of modeling. And then Ophelia DeVore broke through. Yes, she did. We got into the Miss Rheingold contest, where they only had white women, and then there was a Miss Subways, where they only had white women, and we had to have our own Miss Transit, and I became Miss Transit. So whatever the white people did, we had Miss Rheingold for white women, and we had Schaefer, Miss Beaux-Arts for the black girls. So now it's totally different.
It was very much separate, but equal.
It was wasn't equal.
It wasn't equal.
But it was
separate.
separate. It was not equal.
Well, now that, there are more opportunities, especially behind the scenes for people working, you have the Ground Crew running things backstage. Take us through the process of what your company actually does on a typical day behind the scenes.
Well, we manage the backstage. basically the people feel that we just do dressing, but we do more than dressing. We do styling, assistant styling, we do hair, we do makeup, we do running. You have to run the show, you have to have a run of show. We do styling, we do, what do you call, calling the show. In fact, I'm going to call the show. I don't usually call shows anymore, but B. Michael wants me to call the show for him. That's when you send the models out. That's when you send the models out, and I know how to get those girls excited. I tell, oh, girl, you look so good. Now, when you hit that runway, take it on. You know, I know how to, you know,
the hype man.
Hype them up, make them feel good. Yeah, so we do anything you need done. We do tailoring, seamstress work, you name it, behind the scenes. We're the ground crew.
The ground crew.
Yes, we do it. And I came up with that idea because I heard the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. I knew I always wanted to do fashion shows. I wanted to do total production, which we do sometimes do total production. I know lighting, not that I need to do lighting, but there's a Derek Roberts who helped me with my lighting. We have our community who I could work with, but I have about 200-300 people who we can call on to do whatever, and you can call us at the last minute, like we did yesterday. We had a client to call us at the last minute. They needed somebody within the hour, and we were able to send them 10 people to make that show hit the road. Boom, 1, 2, 3. You can call me at the last minute. We can take care of you.
That sounds stressful. What's the energy like backstage? How hectic is it? How crazy?
It's not hectic when we're backstage.
Oh, that's what you provide.
We provide calm, cool,
Ooh,
because
I like that.
the ground crew are experienced people. You are not doing your first show, darling. You're not excited that you're backstage with Donna Karen, you're backstage with whoever you're backstage with. We are there to make that designer look good at all times, whether it's Vera Wang or whether it's Michael Kors. We stay out of everybody's way. We are there to make you look good, and you look good.
I like that.
No, that's with them for men. We did a show with Beth Ann. Beth Ann casts the best shows.
She sure does.
So she casted a show for Mike. His name is Michael Bastien.
Yes.
The most gorgeous 36 incredible models, all nationalities, all sizes, all ages. They were just divine. And so we take care of that show. We do all the dressing of that, and we pack up. We make certain that nothing is missing. You need to hire the ground crew. Why? Because we guarantee that nothing will be missing.
Ooh, is there one designer that you just love working with?
The one designer that I love working with is the one who pays me first. When I get that check before the show, and I can tell you who I get the check from.
Please do.
Go
ahead.
Oh,
That's all right.
It's a designer out of San Francisco. It's a college, AAU. They send me my check ahead of time. Yes, indeed.
Goodness.
They send a deposit, and then I get the check before I even do the show. So that's my favorite designer. 12, they have beautiful young students who are designing for them, and it's wonderful.
So before we go, what else are you looking forward to this Fashion Week? Who should we keep an eye out for?
Keep an eye out for the new young people. Yeah. One girl in particular who, there was a show on 37th Street, and her name was Chantel Walters, and she's wonderful. And I love Mimi Plange. So I'm going to talk about I almost wore my Mimi Plange today because of the weather. But I love Mimi Plange, and I love Chantel Walters. And keep an eye out on young African-American designers. They need help. And as they said, we need backers. Because they've got the talent, and we need the coins.
Well, Audrey, if they've got you on their side, they are golden. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for asking me. And I have something for you. I have my hashtag ground crew. Keep up with what's going on.
Well, now we're part of the ground crew, and so are you. Thanks for watching Arise Entertainment 360.